Today's topic is about computing income from house property. We have two examples, so let's see one by one. So first is Mr. Anandrav, 81-year-old. Is owner of a big house consisting of 2 units of equal dimension. He has occupied 1 unit of this house for his own residence, and other unit has been let out on rent for 5,000 per month for residential purposes since its completion. He furnishes the following particulars in respect of this house for financial year ended 31st March 2018. The construction of the house began in 1990 and it was completed in June 1993. The municipal valuation of the house is 52,000 and he paid 12,000 municipal taxes in respect of this house. Besides, he has also incurred the following expenses: ground rent 12,000, insurance premium paid 3,000, interest on loan taken for the construction of the house is 80,000, and asking to compute his income from house property. Let's see the computation. So here is the Mr. Anandrav's income from house property for 19 into 20. First let out unit part. So here gross annual value of a house is 60,000 and municipal taxes are 6,000. So net annual value is 54,000. And deductions are under section 24. Standard deduction under section 24 is 16,200 and interest on loan under section 24B 40,000. So after all the deductions, the loss of house property. So he's getting loss from letting out part, that is 2,200 is the loss. Let's see how the loss is calculated. First, gross annual value. First, calculation of expected rent and actual rent. So municipal rent value is given. So total house value is 52,000. So this has to be divided into two parts because the house consists of two parts. One part is used by owner and one is letted out. So here after dividing by 2, so the value of municipal rental value is 26,000. There is no any fair rental value, so 26,000 is taken as the expected rental value, and gross annual value is higher of the following. So expected rental value is 26,000 and actual rental value is 5,000 into 12 months, that is 60,000. So 60,000 will be taken as the gross annual value, and standard deduction on 30%, that is 54,000 into 30%, that is 6,200. So he's getting loss from let out part, and for self-occupied house part, annual value is nil because it is using for residential purpose, and standard deduction is given interest and loan. He took loan of 80,000 rupees. So interest and loan is 40,000. So this is also negative 1. And here the interest and loan, construction of the house is completed on 1/7/2015. Interest relating to the year completion of construction can be fully claimed as deduction in the year irrespective of the date of completion. So in the year, assessee can claim 1/5 of interest for the prior construction. It means the first previous year of this is taken. Now let's see in the another example. So Srimati Devika Anand completed the construction of the house in 1/7/2016. The building has 3 equal portions. In the first unit she is running a business, and second unit she is residing, and third is let out on a monthly rent of 8,400. So municipal rental value is 1,50,000. Fair rental value is 1,80,000. Municipal taxes are including last year's 9,000 repairs. She made repairs to the building 5,000, and fire insurance premium is 6,000. Loan taken for construction 15,60,000 at a rate of 11% from HUD and Co. Interest prior to construction paid is 1,71,000, and in the borrowed amount 60,000 paid up to 1/4/2018, and the interest due is paid as and when it is due. Compute her income from house property. Let's see Devika's house income from house. First, source of income 1/4/2016 to 31 March 2017. The assessment year is 79/18. Assessment year deduction amount 1/5 1,71,000. 34,320. So it's divided by 3 parts. So each unit rent is 11,440. For the consecutive years to 18-19, there is the same interest is paid, and deduction of interest for the assessment year 2019 and 20. 11% of 15,60,000 minus 60,000 into 1/3 plus 11,440. Here 55,000 plus 11,440 equals to 64,440. First unit, the house is used for business. For such house, income from house property shall be taken as nil, and expenses incurred out to the house will be treated as business expenses. Now, so let's see for second unit, self-occupied house. Annual value will become nil because it is using for self residential purpose, and standard deduction is not given. Interest on loan taken 24 section B 60,440. So working notes for self-occupied house, the annual value shall be taken as nil. Interest on loan for the following amounts given deduction as 2 lakhs and 60 lesser amount, least amount 66,440. So computation of Devika Anand income from house property for let out unit. Gross annual value is 1,08,000, less municipal taxes are 3,000. So net value of house is 97,800, and standard deduction is 29,340. Interest on loan 66,440. So the income from house property is 2,200. Calculating the expected rental value and higher of the following. Municipal rental value is 1,50,000 by 3. So for one unit is 50,000, and fair rental value 1,80,000 by 3. For unit is 68,000. So ARV equals to actual rental received into period 8,412. So here 1,80,000 will be taken as gross annual value. So calculating the gross annual value, expected rental value is 60,000, actual rental value is 1,08,000. So higher is taken as gross annual value. So standard deduction is 30%, 97,800. 30% is 29,340. So this is Devika Anand, and this is name Anand Rao incomes. Let's see another example for computing income from house property. Mr. John Mitra, who is having income from all the other heads, is 2,50,000. He owns 2 house properties. He uses both houses for residential purpose. From the following particulars submitted, you have to exercise the option with regard to self-occupied property. Cost of the house is 18 lakhs and 21 lakhs, and municipal rental value is 1 lakh and 1,75,000. Fair rental value of houses 1,25,000 for first house and 2 lakhs for second house. Municipal taxes due but not paid 10% for both houses. houses, and interest and loan taken to purchase the house. So he took loan for second house purchasing purpose, that is 32,000, and insurance is 1% for both houses. Depreciation is also 5% for both houses. So now let's say the computation when self-occupied by John Mitra. So here is the computation of John Mitra income from house property for the assessment year 2019 and 20. First option, first house let out and second house is self-occupied. So if the house let out, the gross annual value is 1,25,000. For self-occupied, there not be any gross value, and no taxes has been paid, and because they are due. In net annual value is 1,25,000, and standard deduction first and second half. Second house is a self-occupied house. 37,000. Interest and loan is 32,000. From first house, it is 8,500 income, but he has loss from second house after deducting that loss from first house. So that income from house property is 55,500. Let's see the working notes. Gross annual value calculating. So higher of the following: municipal rental value is 1 lakh and fair rental value is 1,25,000. So higher is 1,25,000, and municipal taxes due but not paid, so it is not deducted from gross annual value. When the taxes are paid, then only the deduction is given. So standard deduction is 30% on gross annual value. So 1,25,000, that is 37,500 is given as deduction. And second option, if the first house is self-occupied and second house is let out. So gross annual value first house will become nil because it is using for self-occupied. So second house value is 2 lakhs, and municipal tax is not paid, so it is not given as deduction. So net annual value is 2 lakhs, and standard deduction, there is no any standard deduction for first option, and second option for first house, and 60,000 given to second house, and the interest and loan 32,000 is given to second house. So total deductions 1,80,000 is the income from house property. So let's see the working notes. Calculating the gross annual value. Municipal rental value is 1,75,000, and the fair rental value is 2 lakhs. So higher of the following. So higher is 2 lakhs, so it is taken as the GAV. Municipal tax is not paid, so it's not given as deduction, and standard deduction is 30% of 2 lakhs, so 60,000 is standard deduction. So here is the decision. Situation 1 is suggested as the incidence of tax is lower. So because the income is lower from first situation. So computation of income from house property for the assessment year 19 and 20. House 1 income is 87,000. Loss is 32. From house 2 is 32,000. In situation 2, the house from house 1 is nil, and from house 2 is 1,88,000. So, and comparing both the situation, it is preferable opt house 2 as self-occupied because the income is higher, so he has to pay the tax more. Today's topic is about computation of income from salary. It is another example. So here the details given of Rama Devi. So her basic pay is 37,000 per month, and the DA is 16,700 per month, and entertainment allowance is 7,000 per annum, and received educational allowance for her daughter 1,500 per month, but actual fee is paid her mother-in-law. She provided the following for her personal and official purpose: laptop costing 55,000, and small motor car, and employer pays all expenses including driver salary 11,000 per month. Her contribution to SPF is 12% of salary and 10% off by the employer. And interest credited in PF is 8.5%, that is 3,200, and the employer presented a gift worth 11,000 silver articles, and the employer paid club membership fee 14,900 for the benefit of assessee and her family members, and her payments profession tax is 3,800, and asking to compute the income from salary for the assessment year 2019 and 20. So let's see the computation of Mrs. Rama Devi income from salary for the assessment year 1920. So the basic pay is 37,000 per month, and by multiplying 12 the total amount is 4,44,000. Here are the allowances which are exempted. So DA is 16,700 per month, so multiplying into 12 that is 2,04,000, and entertainment allowance is 7,000 per year, and children educational allowance is 16,800. So perquisites gift from the employer 6,000, club membership fees is 14,900, motor car is 32,400. So gross income salary is 7,21,500. So now let's see the deduction. Standard deduction is 40,000 under 16(1)(a), under section 16(1)(a), and entertainment allowance is under section 16(2). 5,000 is given as a deduction, and profession tax is 16,000 under section 16 subsection 3 3,800. So total deductions are 48,800. So total income from salary is 6,72,700. Now let's see the allowances. What are the and their exemptions? The assessee is government employee, so the deduction is list of the following three for entertainment allowance. So 20% of salaries, 20% of salary is 88,800, and actual amount received is 7,000. Next is 5,000. So 5,000 will be the reduction allowed in deduction column. Educational allowance, actual amount spent is not considered. Exemption is given without any restriction. Employees is the list following two amounts. Actual allowance received is 1,500 per month into 12, 18,000, and 1,200 per annum per child. So here the exemption, after exemption 16,800 is chargeable. And laptop, the term movable assets does not include laptop, hence use of laptop is a tax-free perquisite. And motor car, assessee income from salary is more than 50,000, so no exemption is given for motor car. It is a taxable perquisite. So the employer owns a car and it is used both for official and a personal purpose. So car is small one, so the value of perquisite is under car value is 1,800 into 12, that is 21,600. Driver salary is 900 into 12, that is 10,800. So total motor car value is 32,400. So actual salary paid to the driver is not considered. So 32,400 is taxable. Employer contribution for SPF is fully exempted from tax. Interest credited in SPF also exempted from tax. Gift from the employer exempted up to 5,000. Remaining is taxable. Next, club membership fee, it is paid by the employer, so it is not exempted. It is personal purpose. So 14,900 is completely chargeable, and standard deduction is list of the two amounts, that is gross income salary is 7,21,500 and 40,000. So 40,000 is given as exemption and profession tax is completely given as a deduction. Now let's see another example. Bhanu Prasad is a public relation officer in the office of political party in Hyderabad. The political party is in power in the state for the last 5 years. He submitted the following details of his salary income for previous relevant year to the current assessment year. Salary is 12,800 per month, DA is 3,500 per month, HRA is 4,200 per month, entertainment allowance is 6,000 and 3,600 per month. He has been provided free use of car of 1.6 liters which he uses for official as well as personal purpose. Personal expenses for the use of car is made by the employee. During the year he spent 20,000 on medical treatment of his wife illness recognized by hospital. The party reimbursed this amount. He contributed 15% of salary to RPF and his employer contributed an equal amount. He is living in a house for which he pays a monthly rent of 3,500 and profession tax is paid 3,200 per year. Received advance salary 57,000. During the previous year, he took a loan at a rate of 8.5 from the party, that means employer 2,50,000. Interest charged by banker in the market is 21.5% and the SBI is 12.15. The party presented him a silver article as gift worth 65,000 for providing his efficiency in winning by elections. Now let's see the solution. Computation of Bhanu Prasad's income from salary for the assessment year 2019 and 20. Here his basic pay is 12,800 per month. By multiplying it 12, that is 1,53,600. Employer's contribution to RPF is excess of 12% of salary, that is 4,608. And advance salary is 57,000. Arrears of salary is 3,36,000. Employer's contribution to superannuation fund is 90,000. So now let's add allowances. DA at 3,500 per month, that is 42,000. HRA unexempted amount is 23,760. Entertainment allowance is 3,600 per month for 12 months, that is 43,200. So now let's add the perquisites, that is motor car 7,200 cost unexempted, gift of silver articles 60,000 unexempted, loan at concessional rate of interest is 9,125. There are no any profits in lieu of salary, so nil. So the gross income from salary is 8,26,493. Now let's give the deductions. Standard deduction is under 16(1)(a) 40,000 and professional tax under 16(3) 3,200. So after deduction, the total income of Bhanu Prasad is 7,83,293 rupees. Now let's see working notes how the above income from salary is calculated. So employer's contribution to RPF is actual contribution is 15% by employer, less exempted percent is 12%, unexempted percent is 3%, that is 4,600 is the unexempted amount which is tax having the tax liability. And advance salary is taxable and arrears of salary is also taxable, but assessee can claim relief under section 89(1). Now, employer's contribution to unrecognized superannuation fund. So, employer contribution to unrecognized superannuation fund is fully taxable. That is 7,500 per month into multiplication 12 months. So, that is 90,000 is taxable. Now, HRA, the assessee is paying the rent of the house and he is in the residing in other town. The exemption is list of the following three amounts. Actual rent received 4,200, that is 50,400. Rent paid minus 10% of salary. Rent paid is 3,500 per month into 12 months and 10% of salary, that becomes 26,640. And 40% of salary, that is 61,440. So actual allowance received is 40,400 minus exempted amount is 26,640. That unexempted amount is 23,760 is unexempted amount. And entertainment allowance, the assessee is non-government employee, so this allowance cannot be allowed as deduction. That means entertainment allowance is taxable. Motor car, assessee's income from salary is more than 50,000 per annum, so hence car becomes taxable perquisite. The employer owns the car and it is used for both official as well as a personal purpose. Car is small one and the expenses for personal purpose are paid by the employee. So the perquisite value of 600 into 12 months is 7,200 is the taxable amount. Gift from the employer up to 5,000 only exempted. So unexempted amount is 60,000. So 60,000 is hence 60,000 are taxable perquisites. And medical expenses, the medical expenses incurred in a recognized hospital in India, so it becomes tax free perquisites. If the unrecognized, if the medical expenses are in unrecognized hospital, these are not given as tax free perquisites. Loan taken from the employer. So if the employer grants loan at a concessional rate of interest and if the loan amount is less than 20,000, it becomes tax free perquisites. Here the amount is more than 20,000. The value of the perquisite is valued under perquisite value for the interest free loan minus actual interest paid by the employee. The purpose of the loan is not mentioned. It means loan taken for personal purpose. So the rate of interest is 12.5%. The value of interest on loan is 12.5% of 2,50,000, that is 30,375, less interest paid by the employee at rate of 8.5% of 2,50,000. 21,250 is the interest rate which is paid by the employee. The value of perquisite which is taxable, that is 9,125. Then standard deduction is a list of the following. Gross income salary is 8,26,493 and 40,000. So 40,000 is given as standard deduction, and profession tax is actual amount paid will allowed as deduction.